Send another van. Great, thanks. Talk about a good Samaritan. You saved.
Samaritan. Samaritan.
Talk about a good Samaritan. You saved.
And it's worth noting, he is an ex-dealer, just as I am an ex-junkie. Two phoenixes risen from the ashes.
Phoenix. Phoenix.
Two phoenixes risen from the ashes. The minute I laid eyes on him, my mind conjured images of heroin bubbling in a spoon. I felt an undeniable, almost gravitational pull. Yet
Undeniable. Undeniable.
I felt an undeniable, almost gravitational pull. Yet
It's just under two.
$2 million is nothing to sneeze at.
Sneeze. Sneeze.
$2 million is nothing to sneeze at.
Crazier still, he invites me to stay and watch him assessed in the interrogation of this lunatic who'd been.
Lunatic. Lunatic.
The interrogation of this lunatic who'd been.
Called appropriately enough, Hurricane with a K. Emily's water moistened the hand stamp on her.
Moisten. Moisten.
Emily's water moistened the hand stamp on her, facilitating its transfer to the wall.
Maybe he left some prints.
Already checked. He wiped down the doorknobs before he left.
Doorknob. Doorknob.
Already checked. He wiped down the doorknobs before he left. Well, she just got back from a jog, hence the water. No nightclub would allow her in wearing exercise gear, let alone one as pretentious as Hurricane with a K.
Pretentious. Pretentious.
Let alone one as pretentious as Hurricane with a K. Okay.
Seem even more dour than usual, Watson. I would posit it was a menstruation issue, but...
Menstruation. Menstruation.
I would posit it was a menstruation issue, but... good for 10 more days.
Couching it as a scientific observation totally negates the misogyny.
Misogyny. Misogyny.
Totally negates the misogyny.
So what do we do now?
Now, I urinate.
Urinate. Urinate.
I urinate.
Suffocatingly inane.
Morning.
Soul-crushing in its utter banality.
Banality. Banality.
Soul-crushing in its utter banality. Soul-crushing in its utter banality. Sufficiently asinine as to constitute...
Asinine. Asinine.
Sufficiently asinine as to constitute... Soul-crushing in its utter banality. Sufficiently asinine as to constitute a valid argument for eugenics.
Eugenics. Eugenics.
Constitute a valid argument for eugenics.
Well, we have an appointment at noon, so plan your hunt around that.
No. We visited the House of Bromides yesterday.
Bromide. Bromide.
No. We visited the House of Bromides yesterday.
So plan your hunt around that.
No. We visited the House of Bromides yesterday. I am no longer required to supplicate.
Supplicate. Supplicate.
Today, I am no longer required to supplicate. The man had a cover to protect. I held nothing against him.
I'm gonna put some antiseptic on that.
Antiseptic. Antiseptic.
I'm gonna put some antiseptic on that. You are in the home of a recovering addict.
I opened the window.
You don't do drugs here.
It's not drugs, it's just a little bit of wacky-backy.
Wacky. Wacky.
It's not drugs, it's just a little bit of wacky-backy.
My time wading in the cesspool of social media was not a complete waste.
What did you find?
Emily made a curious Twitter entry.
Twitter. Twitter.
Emily made a curious Twitter entry.
Emphasis on had. Now, after the crash in '08, banks foreclosed on most of his properties.
Foreclose. Foreclose.
Banks foreclosed on most of his properties.
Ridiculous. Detective work is a deductive science. Drugs are a hindrance to that, not a help.
hindrance, hindrance,
Drugs are a hindrance to that, not a help. Yeah? Why wouldn't it be?
Because Derek Hughes is getting off work.
Derek, Derek,
Because Derek Hughes is getting off work.
You could have let me rough him up a bit.
Man's body language spoke volumes. He fairly reeked of innocence.
reek, reek,
He fairly reeked of innocence.
The turn of the century suggests she is in a pre-war building. She's likely been chained to the radiator, hence the burn.
radiator, radiator,
Likely been chained to the radiator, hence the burn. Deadline. Would you mind going downstairs and checking on Reese? He went down there 37 minutes ago. I've heard nary a floorboard creak since. Long time for some.
floorboard, floorboard,
Nary a floorboard creak since. Long time for some.
Doing?
Well, I'd like to see Fine and Dandy, but
dandy, dandy,
like to see Fine and Dandy, but
Call the police or the FBI. She dies if you deviate from my instructions in any way.
deviate, deviate,
Deviate from my instructions in any way.
Arms in his house and he had doors. Used to lock himself in his bedroom every night, died in his sleep, suffocated. You were sure
suffocate, suffocate,
sleep, suffocated. You were sure.
Are you? I have not!
Have you listened to yourself, the rubbish you've been spouting? Huh? About
spout, spout,
you've been spouting? Huh? About. Have you listened to yourself, the rubbish you've been spouting? Huh? About lights and shadows and reflections and corneas? That's not you.
cornea, cornea,
About lights and shadows and reflections and corneas? That's not you.
You were just your father.
Oh man, I don't know what to say, man.
I'm to meet Emily's abductor at 238.
abductor, abductor,
Emily's abductor at 238. Me that a little more time with you, it's a dangerous thing. The fact that the money I've procured will liberate
procure, procure,
money I've procured will liberate interesting. The fact that the money I've procured will liberate Emily is almost incidental. What it's really
incidental, incidental,
Emily's almost incidental. What it's really.
One of them used the word aguajero. It's Dominican slang for braggart.
braggart, braggart,
Dominican slang for braggart.
So I must have scared you the other night. Everything I was able to deduce about you.
deduce, deduce,
Everything I was able to deduce about you.
Built a famous punk rocker for a brief stretch. One of them gave me a little pocket knife as a keepsake. Since
pocket knife, pocket knife,
gave me a little pocket knife as a keepsake. Since
information about her whereabouts.
Totally untrue.
untrue, untrue,
Totally untrue.
They'll guarantee you protective custody while you're in prison.
you do not want to find yourself in Gen Pop, Agent Diaz.
Jen, Jen,
You do not want to find yourself in Gen Pop, Agent Diaz.
Right now, I've got a small army of cops searching the aforementioned buildings. Now,
Aforementioned. Aforementioned.
the aforementioned buildings. Now,
There's a meeting in Cobble Hill.
15 minutes.
cobble, cobble,
There's a meeting in Cobble Hill.
15 minutes.